us, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a coach that's up for Coach of the Year this year. One of the only 2 undefeated teams in the NFL. He is the head coach and offensive play caller for, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, Kevin!
KOC, wild day in the NFL. I don't know if you know this because you're watching film and so locked in. Coach Saleh fired after 5 weeks. You coaches know that you're literally only as good as your today and yesterday. Is that a real thing in the coaching world?
Yeah, we know what we signed up for. Days like this are, when you think about the person, the family. I think Robert Saleh is a great football coach. There's a reason why he's had the success that he's had in this league, before this job, and he'll have success again after this job. I do know that. I think very highly of Robert and the man, the person, and he'll get back up on his feet. But like I said, we all know what we signed up for. This is an incredibly competitive league. We know what the task is every single day. You show up to work as a head coach in the National Football League, and doesn't make it any easier. Doesn't make it any easier as a fellow coach to see news like that. And I'll certainly be thinking about him and his family, but I know he's gonna be just fine.
Okay, that's a phenomenal response by you, Coach. Obviously, that is why you have been such a great leader of men over there for your time in Minnesota. Former player, becoming a coach, understanding the business, doing your thing. How much better is it when you're 5-0? How much better is life when you're 5-0, Coach? Because congratulations, only 2 teams undefeated right now.
Wow.
Only 2 teams. And to your point about coaching, Chuck Pagano always used to say, we all got one-day contracts. That's literally what we have. You're 5-0. Might have a 2-day contract at this point, KOC. How is life at 5-0? And why do you think your team has gotten off to such a hot start?
Yeah, Pat, I think we're a good football team. I think we've got really good players. I think I'm very blessed to have some really good coaches right alongside with me. I think we've had the right mindset from the very beginning. I can recall standing before the team in the first training camp team meeting and just letting those guys know I don't think I'm on my own in believing that we've got a chance to be a really good football team by the look in their eyes and how they had worked throughout the offseason, how some of these new additions had really gelled quickly with some really impactful players we already had here. I was excited. I'm excited every day to be around these guys. I love this team. I think we got a bunch of smart, tough guys that love football, and they love being good teammates, and they buy into the fact that every single week we know that, about 29 days or so ago, 30 days ago, nobody really expected our team to be worth much of anything, and that was just fine for me because we kind of knew what we had and knew what was in the locker room, but we also knew we needed to put in work and improve every single day. I don't think that's going to change just because the result of being 5-0. I think we're going to come off this bye with the same mentality we've had from the jump, which is constantly chasing improvement. How do we get better? How do we have the best possible week of preparation for whoever the opponent is that given week? And we're going to respect our opponents always and know that if we don't have that elite preparation and show up to the football game very prepared, it's not going to go the way it has these first 5 weeks. But proud of the way we've won. I think we've had to deal with some adversity. I think we've had to stick together, complementary football at times to pick up for another phase of our team. I think our defense has been phenomenal. And I think, we're only going to get better and better as a team, hopefully, as this season goes on, and be ready to deal with adversity when it comes. Like I said, I love this football team. I love getting to coach it every single day, and I don't take it for granted because I know that, things can happen quickly in this league, and they tend to happen quickly when you don't do your job and find the results. But I got to make sure it's not about the results. It's about what we do to prepare for every op we get, Pat.
Man, good for you and good for Vikings fans. That answer right there was just straight out of a book. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, how would you want a dream answer to be about a team that's 5-0 from your head coach in the NFL? Boom! Let's go ahead and run that. Go ahead, AJ.
Coach Sam Darnold, obviously he's playing very well with your offense, coupled with that defense, a big reason why you're 5-0. How have you seen kind of Sam grow over these first 5 weeks, and how was your game day relationship? I would imagine that's fun week to week, getting more and more comfortable with each other. How has everything been going so far with that?
Yeah, it's a good question because you come into it with a bunch of confidence in Sam. I know our team had a bunch of confidence in Sam, and Sam was really confident after a really good training camp. But to have the success that he's had, in many ways being an igniter for our team, with some big critical throws early on in games to help us generate some of the leads that we've had. But also, when you think about it, or especially over the last couple weeks, or going back to you're in a dogfight versus the 49ers, and we have to put together a drive to try to recapture momentum in a game, and Sam's making some critical throws to do so, leading us down to get more points on the board and help secure a victory for our team. You think back to Green Bay, we start that game so well, but then the momentum of being on the road in the NFC North and a good Packer team starts to put together some success. Sam goes out there and makes some critical throws and moves the team, gets us in position to get 3 more points when we needed it. And then he did the same thing, sloppy, kind of not our standard of a day or on Sunday offensively. But when we had to have it, even coming off of turning the football over, backed up in our own end, Sam goes out there, finds Jets down the middle for a huge play, hits Johnny Munn on a 2nd and long to kind of get us back on track. And Will Reichert's been one of the best kickers in football, bringing up points whenever we need him to. So that's been a huge critical part to really, just playing good football in all 3 phases, even when you're playing against, I think the Jets have a really good defense, really talented group, 2 really good corners, Quinn and Williams in the middle, fast speed all over that defense. We knew it was going to be a challenge. We did not perform at our standard, but we found a way to make enough plays to really complement a defense that was doing a lot of really good things like they've done all season long.
How'd you feel about playing in England? Obviously, the international games are a big deal. It's the only game on, all eyes on, 9:30 in the morning. Your team shows up, gets a massive win. What were your thoughts on the international game? Is that your first time or no?
Second time, yeah. We went over and won a hard fought game against the Saints my first year. Pretty similar time in the season, week 4, week 5, whatever it was. It's a challenge when you go over there with the circumstances of the time change and all those things. But those are really, just excuses if you allow them to be, Pat.
Whoa.
I absolutely love going over there. We have a huge fan base over there. There was a ton of purple. Felt like a home game to us. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Why'd they have Jared Allen doing the horn the way he had? Did you see that? Were you watching the whole thing?
I did.
It was an
I did not see it.
It was an awkward.
I did not.
It was an awkward. It was a weird situation. Now, this is the beginning. We got like another 45, maybe 2 minutes here because they really slow play this thing. Towards the end, though, Jared is going to be like this, blowing the horn. You saw it, Coach. Can't have it.
No.
Can't have it. Can't have it.
You know what? That's a hard horn to travel with. Get through customs and everything with that thing. Good luck to you. But yeah, it was good to have. We had Jared there. We had Chris Carter there, Jake Reed. I mean, great ambassadors for the Vikings brand. And like I said, a ton of Vikings fans over there. We love going out there. We're 2-0. Hopefully we can get the next one.
Yeah, I love how much the sport is growing internationally. The London games have always been so fantastic. There's another one coming this weekend. Wake up, watch football. Yeah. Life is good. D-Butch has a question for you about a massive piece of the team.
Yeah, Coach, we all kind of spent time together in New England. You, me, and Brian Flores, B-Flow. I mean, how quickly did you make that call? How lucky were you that he was available? You got a couple former head coaches on your staff, B-Flow, Mike Patton, but how quickly did you make that call to B-Flow, and what has he brought to that defense for the last couple of years?
Yeah, he was my first call, D-Butt. He had been a guy that I really always thought if you get, in many cases that, you better make the most out of your opportunity when you're lucky enough to get a head coaching job in this league. You think about and you really envision how you want your team philosophy to be built, and Brian Flores fits with every aspect of not only how I envision playing defense, but how I want the culture and our team to really thrive. I think he's been a phenomenal addition to our team. I think he's a fantastic play caller. A lot of times defensive systems get talked about a lot, but guys got to be ready to dial it up and really understand how to adjust and adapt within games, especially with a system like ours, playing against some of the quarterbacks we've played against early on in the year. You got to be ready to, throw your off-speed pitches. You got to be ready to change up looks. You got to empower your players to make adjustments.
Yeah, Van Ginkel. You got to have Van Ginkel be the smartest guy on the field. He knew what was happening. They said you guys repped this in practice like 100 times last week is what people were saying on TV?
Yeah, Brett Rippon did an unbelievable job in practice giving a look of kind of what it would feel like, against Aaron Rodgers and the challenge that it would be by just emulating the snap count, the cadences, what it would be like, what would the answers be for some of the pressures. Actually, in practice, the ball was not thrown. We kind of ran the similar pressure versus that exact same look. And I remember Flo screaming out, hey, you got to throw it, because if he throws it in the game, we got to be ready to catch it. And Gink was ready to catch it again. He's scoring a lot of touchdowns, man. I can get used to seeing Gink running down the sideline scoring touchdowns. It's been phenomenal.
He's electrifying. Your defense is phenomenal. I think that's why people are so excited about this particular team, because what the defense is able to do. And then on the offensive side, is it fair whenever we say that you could draw up a play to make like Connor be open? Or maybe A.J. Hawk could play quarterback for a team that you are drawing up and calling plays for. What is it about Sam Darnold, you think, that has made him kind of be a fish to water with your offense? And should we continue to say that about how you go about your offensive coordinating business?
Well, I'll tell you what, man, you can draw up a bunch of lines on a whiteboard and think you're scheming something up, but the players are the ones that make it come to life. I just sit myself over there on the sidelines and I call the play, but those guys make it come to life. And it's the execution, it's the details, it's the small details that we coach to our players, but then they taking it to the field and making it come to life. And I knew all along, Pat, if we could get some guys open, Sam Darnold's going to hit them because he's talented. He can play quarterback in the NFL. I've always believed that, and I'm just proud of him. He's kind of not really worried about anything other than just his role in our team. He's one of our captains. He works as hard as anybody each and every week to be ready to go, and I'm not surprised when he goes out and has success. And the challenge for Sam and our whole team now is going to be handling success and being able to reinvent ourselves as a team every single week, but staying true to how we want to play, our football philosophy, the core principles of what we want to be as a team. This shit's got to come together, and it's got to consistently keep coming together. And it's my job to make sure that happens. I'll end this the same way I started it. I love this team. I love everything about what we're made of. I think that's the important part. And my goal is to keep allowing these players to go experience the joy of winning in the NFL, because it's hard to do. The team's been able to do it 5 times out of 5 games. A lot of challenges ahead. A lot more work to be done.
Well, I respect and appreciate that entire answer, but I don't think you answered the question. Could you draw up a play to make Connor open?
I got hands.
It was a play against San Fran, red area. Jalen Naylor came in through kind of the C gap, probably ran the corner, but I think Connor could have made that throw.
Absolutely.
That would be exactly where we would start. It would have to be on a total sell of a run play, total deception.
That's fine.
But then we would allow his skill set to finish the job, make the catch, and then I would be very excited to see what that celebration looked like.
Oh man. We're kicking 48, 50-yard extra point. Yeah, there's a couple different ones coming out for personal. I know we're not South Carolina or what was the school?
Davenport,
Iowa.
But I probably am unloading the clip on somebody's face.
Celebration. Can't do it.
If I had to
They had
guess.
the best one, probably of the week, the Parent Trap one. I don't know if you saw Cam Bynum and Josh Metellus, I believe.
I did not see
it. Was good.
They did the whole Parent Trap handshake, and there's like a video of them practicing.
You've seen Parent Trap?
Yes, I've seen Parent Trap, of course.
Young Lindsay Lohan, she's like 12 years old. They do this cool thing.
Well, it's whenever she's up in that camp.
Yeah, bingo.
And then
they're trying to trap her parents back together.
You know it, Pat.
Yeah, because her parents, they separated.
Bingo.
And I love this. I do enjoy this. Are you talking about celebrations with the boys? Are we saying, hey, we like celebrations, we don't like celebrations, can't use any guns? Can't use any guns.
Please, no.
Can't even point first downs?
That's all I tell them is just don't cost me any yards or any money out of your own pockets, but just make sure we're having the plays happen that lead to those celebrations, and then I leave the room and let them creative minds come together and come up with that stuff. But I do look forward to them every week. I know that.
That's
Whatever
awesome.
they got up their sleeve in their bag, it's been awesome. Let's hope we see a lot more of them.
Yeah, you don't want us dancing. Stop us from scoring.
Bingo.
I don't know if anybody's going to be able to stop a KOC offense ever. We appreciate the hell out of you for joining us. Good luck throughout the bye week. I don't know how you get better, okay? You guys 5-0. I know you don't want to hear that, but I'm going to gas you and the entire team up. Vikings have been an absolute wagon. Can't wait to watch the rest of the year. We appreciate you.
You guys are the best, man. Thank you.
Hey, Coach, if this goes in.
Undefeated season.
Yeah, no, whoa.
Okay.
Whoa. Watch. Easy.
Coach, we watched Tannenbaum cut you before you could sit down in the Hard Knocks. Last week it hit the internet. I didn't like that.
Bullshit.
You're a phenomenal quarterback. People forget that. You know, I think now everybody sees you as this play caller. Like, this guy, he's an offensive guru. It's like, well, that's because guy used to be able to spin it. For me to put this ball into that hoop over there, what are some tips you think, Coach? Coach me up a little bit here.
It's going to be all about that lead elbow, man. Don't let it get too far from your body.
This elbow, the left one?
Yeah, I don't need to see this, man. Keep that thing tight. Strong guy like you, you'll put that thing right in.
All right, I will keep my shit tight.
Yep.
Keep my shit tight. It's for an undefeated season. A lot on the line.
Whoa.
A lot on the line. We'll see how good your coach is.
Oh, you had it.
16-1.
One slip up, brother. That's okay. Hey, that's okay. I appreciate you. Ladies, go ahead.
But how are you going to deal with adversity? That's the question right now. How are you going to deal with that adversity? That's right.
You just lay down and
Oh,
quit.
there we go. There, you get yourself another one, man. Get back up on the saddle.
Oh, my God. Oh, whoa.
Oh.
Got hit in the pocket.
In the pocket.
Adversity, more adversity.
Bounce off.
Little noiser.
Break sack. Reroute.
Coach, any coaching for me feeling the pressure everywhere?
You're holding it like Caleb, too.
Yeah, you're damn right. Ball out here.
Oh, no.
Stop. Sorry, maybe 2 losses.
Rough the passer.
We don't want to do it anymore. We don't want to do it anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, Kevin O'Connell. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.